A Chance to Shine by James Nottingham and Sanath J. Shankar. The conflict is one thing I've been waiting for. I'm well and strong and young enough to go to the front. If I cannot be a soldier, I'll help soldiers. A quote from Clara Barton, founder of the Red Cross and one of the many women who contributed to the Civil War. As all men left for the war, jobs became more abundant for the women who were left behind to take care of the house, the children, and to do all the jobs that were previously done by men. Although not all women decided to work in factories, they were required in several other necessary jobs that were either on or off the battlefield. The Civil War was an opportunity to express the importance of women in society.
During the Civil War, countless women decided to help the army. It was recorded that over 3,000 women were just nurses. On a daily basis, nurses dealt with diseases, lack of supplies, overcrowdedness, and unsanitary conditions. As if that wasn't enough, they also had to bear the appalling sight of broken limbs, open wounds, and dead bodies. An example of the nurse in the Civil War was Dorothea Dix. She was the superintendent of nurses for the Union Army, and it was her responsibility to ensure that women were suitable to be nurses. Being a nurse was just one of numerous jobs for women to do during the war. Being a soldier was also an option. Although there is no official record of any women soldiers, many disguised themselves as men and fought for their side. One famous example of a woman soldier was Frances Cleland, who dressed up as a man by the name of Jack Williams and served for the Union Army.
Daring, brave, courageous, and admirable are all suitable adjectives to describe the women who risked their lives to spy. Spying was an extremely dangerous job, and information gathered would often be ignored. Once a lady by the name of Elizabeth Van Lew pretended to visit Union prisoners in a Confederate jail and began helping and feeding the prisoners. There she got very useful information about Confederate movement and reported back to the Union. If she was caught, she would have gone to jail for the rest of her life.
There is an obvious distinction class between rich women and poor women. Rich women were more liberal and were able to express their opinions in politics, as well as other jobs that they weren't allowed to do before the war. Poor women, however, led a much harsher existence. Many could not provide their family with the daily necessities. This caused several riots, and women, often out of sheer hunger and desperation, would rob stores to get food. For example, in Georgia, 65 women armed with pistols and knives raided and robbed stores on Broad Street, Columbus. This lack of money caused some men to quit working for the army and return home to support their family. Also, in an attempt to get some extra cash, women made small companies, but often these went bankrupt. We think that this gradually led to poverty in the USA during the Civil War.
Whether they were nursing, spying, fighting, or supplying, women made a significant impact on the Civil War. Even today, we feel the importance of women in the Civil War has not been recognized enough. Their bravery and intelligence helped bring the horrific war to an end. They sacrificed their lives for a cause they believed in. They proved to men that they were not too frail to fight and that they were capable of doing whatever the men could do.